Hello, so we are back, and this time we have a job from a customer. But just to understand how desperate the people are, they know the way how I treat the capacitors, and they are sending me the capacitor. Look, Sorin, those are the capacitor, replace them, yeah? So I have a customer, he actually sent me the capacitors, yeah, to replace them. Check here, check here. You see, those are capacitors. Interesting, right? I mean, they are really, really scared. Okay, let's see what we have. We have a customer who sent me 2 jobs and a nice letter, yeah? So he sent me 2 jobs. One, it's a soundbed power supply board. Lol. Look how fat it is. Okay, let's focus on the laptop, yeah? Oh wait, those are 2 service, no, different numbers. I didn't know that. Laptop is charging the battery, power the light, it's on, and nothing happened. I was replaced one capacitor next to the coil. Okay. Based on the board view, a new capacitor is in the box. Exactly what I told you. I'm not sure about the screen. I bought the laptop in non-working condition. No screws on the button. One broken hinge. If can be fixed with the laptop, would be great. Board view is on the pen drive. So actually the customer sent me a pen drive with the board view. I hope this repair it will be on YouTube. It is. This repair is not urgent as I'm abroad and I'll be back in 4 weeks. All the best from Poland. Yeah. So if you are there, hopefully you bring me some cakes. Also, the girls are nice, are beautiful in Poland, but don't bring me one. You know, my wife is, you know, she will go crazy. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see. Let's focus on the laptop. Okay. I'm not sure why the customer replaced the capacitor. I mean, what is the point? I seen this is a common mistake. People focusing on components, but not actually on that components are doing and from what they are part of it. You know, this is a common mistake. Okay, so we can see the board. I think we had this board before to repair, and if I remember was. I think I remember. Yeah, it was a guy, and I could not fix it. Yeah, I replaced this chip. 1 second, let me change. Yeah, I replaced this chip. You remember? Yeah, remember now. Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, this one, the PD controller, and I could not fix it. Let me see what the customer did. So the customer said he replaced some capacitors. Okay, I found it. So according with the picture, yeah, this picture, we have exactly the same coil, and you can see the capacitor here. Check there. The capacitor is this one. So not sure what is the point. You still have a bunch of capacitors. Why you will replace something like that? Let's check the resistance of the coil, because probably, you know, is something wrong with the resistance. That's why the customer thought, you know, the capacitor is shorted. So the resistance of the coil with ground is very high. Sorry, the multimeter is not on. And the power supply is not on. Yeah, it is now. So the resistance is, you know, like open circuit. Good. So we don't know nothing about this laptop. What we are checking first? First, let's have a look at the board, because someone sold this as faulty. Let's see what those coils have on it. So this is 141 ohms, good. I don't know, this. We have here a few more coils. 28 ohms, 28 ohms, which looks okay. Here we have the SD card slot. Here we have another coil. 100 ohms, that's good. I mean, the board looks good. I can't see anything shorted here. So what do you think? So the laptop is charging. That's a good sign, actually, yeah? Let's plug the battery. Let's plug the charger. Yes, plug the charger. And we can see it is, he's negotiating the voltage. It's taking 1.1 amps, which is a very good sign, yeah? That's a sign, actually, the IO chip is good. Now let's press the power button. Wait, the laptop is on. Not sure you can see. Check here the power button. The caps lock is not responding, yeah? Asus Zenbook. Yes, definitely I remember this laptop. Let's try to power on, off. So see the IO chip if it's listening. Yeah, so the AC chip is coming on again. The AC chip, it does listen to the keyboard. But the laptop is taking like only 800 milliamps. And I'm not sure if it's taking this current because the battery is fully charged or because the board actually is not coming on. Yeah, the laptop is coming on by itself. The CPU is cold, like freezing cold. So I believe, actually this laptop is not even coming on. I mean, just having the power on light on the keyboard, that doesn't actually mean your laptop is on. Look how much it's taking, 100 milliamps. 100 milliamps. So you understand, this laptop is not on. Let me power off. Off. Yeah, that's all what it's doing, 100 milliamps. Everything is cold, is no power. So what we can check, I'm happy the PD controller is working. I'm happy the IO chip is still listening. The main power rail must be present, yeah? Yeah, 19.9. The BIOS chip, here I can see a BIOS chip, and we have 3.3. Not sure if this is the BIOS chip. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember. You know what? You know which is the laptop? The laptop, when I said, I made a video and I said, you know what? Look where the technology goes, and I cannot fix them anymore. And I could not fix that laptop. So, you know how I remember? I remember because here is another BIOS chip, memory chip. This is from the Thunderbolt controller. And here I should have 3.3. On, I don't remember, on the pin number 8, obviously. Yeah, 3.2. Yeah, we can see. So this chip, memory chip, has power, and this BIOS chip, this is the BIOS chip, actually has power. But the AC chip is doing nothing. Yeah, now I remember. And I could not fix it. I sent it back to the customer, you know, like not repaired. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to find a BIOS and write the BIOS on this laptop because I believe here it's a BIOS issue, yeah? So give me some time and let me find a BIOS, yeah? See you in a bit. Okay, so I found the BIOS. It's very simple, yeah? I will show you. On the Discord, you go and search. So I search for UX425E. You can see here. And someone asked here, request ECM BIOS. And we have here the ECM BIOS. So I download the BIOS. Let's write the BIOS. Okay, let's do it. It's verifying the data. And I believe we are ready for test. Yeah, all good. Now let's try and see if it's working. What do you think? But same thing, I mean, it's taking same amount of power, like 100 milliamps. Okay, so with two different BIOS, it's doing exactly the same. Exactly the same. I mean, same thing with two different BIOSes. So probably it's not a BIOS. Okay, so I took the board out. And on the other side, it's looking fine. I mean, I can't see anything here. It was like this, and it's perfectly fine. But where the customer left us a note, yeah? You remember, we look here. Let's have a look one more time, yeah, one more time. So the customer said like that. He replaced this capacitor. Yeah, this one. So he replaced that capacitor. You can see it, right? Yeah. You know what? I said it's a capacitor from the output of the coil to ground, yeah? But I think here is something more. So let's check with the multimeter together. So from here to here, we have 0 ohms. Now this is not normal. So here is ground, okay? Here this is a ground track. We have capacitor from the output of this coil. This is the coil which is supplying power to the PCH. So here it's a short, okay? And I'm not sure why it's short there, but we're gonna find out soon. So I'll come with the power supply. Let me grab the probe. We have like 1 volt there, which is fine. Now let's come with power here. And it's very short. Very short. Let's raise the current. Two amps. Okay, let me grab the thermal camera and let's try to have a look. I mean, do you think it's actually that capacitor is shorted? That's what you think? We're gonna see now. So with the power exactly on that capacitor, it's taking 2 amps. And I can't see anything. Lol, what is that? PCH? The PCH actually is getting hot. So the PCH. So actually I forgot that the customer sent me the board view. So exactly what he did on this board, he found this capacitor and actually replaced this capacitor, this one from here. Okay. Now according with the board view, this is the big coil, and what this big coil is doing, it's actually the RAM power supply, and the capacitor is this one. Okay, this one, and on the other side we have V1P8, which is the chipset power supply. Now, how this is reaching the CPU, the chipset, yeah? Now, if you check on the other side of the board, you have a resistor, and after this resistor, check there, yeah? You can see the chipset is getting power from this power rail. The chipset is shorted, therefore the chipset cannot communicate with the EC chip and provide the BIOS. Even if we write the BIOS cannot be delivered to the EC chip. Yeah, the BIOS chip is here, and yeah. So check there. You can see the BIOS is the way how it's connected is connected straight to the chipset. So check that is going resistor, from the resistor is going straight to the chipset, and you can track every pin to see actually the BIOS is connected straight to the chipset. Obviously if the chipset is shorted, it will be no communication with the EC chip. Okay, So I'm really sorry I cannot help this customer. The CPU is gone. But who knows? Maybe on another time I can help you, but not this time. So see you on the next one. Bye. Hello. So we're back, and this time we have a customer job. This is a nice laptop. This is a nice Dell. If I can open it. Yeah, it looks like a nice one, yeah. Fingerprint, nice. The problem with this one, the customer is saying, Dell XPS 39300, no charging, charging light, doesn't stay on, will get backlight on the keyboard for a moment, then nothing. No display, no fans. I have used a thermal camera and the TPS 659A7DDJ chip goes to like 60 degrees very quickly. Suspect this is the problem, but I feel like I don't have the skill to complete such a repair. Okay, so the customer tried to fix it. Now let's plug a charger and let's have a look what it's doing. I suppose the TPS is from it's a PD controller. Nothing on this port. And on this port, the PD controller is negotiating the voltage. So I have 19 volts with 800 milliamps. I mean, I'm kind of curious what is taking this 800 milliamps. I mean, it's supposed to be the charging current. Let's open the laptop quickly and have a look inside. Okay, so taking the back cover. And we have a nice laptop. We have a nice one. Wow, check the screen connectors. Where I seen something like that? An Apple laptop, right? Yeah. Okay, first thing, I want to see the charging, where is that current is going? Into the battery? Or actually something is taking this current. Yeah, let's unplug the battery. Good. It's taking same amount of current. That's bad. That's indeed something. It's taking power. You disconnect the battery and the board is still taking 600 and the CPU is warm. Okay. Why the CPU is warm? I mean, that can explain this kind of current. I mean, the board is on or what? Let's unplug the charger. The battery is unplugged. Let's have a look a little bit around the board. So here you have nothing. Where is my multimeter? $37 ohms. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. 72 ohms. Nothing. 12 ohms. Kind of low, you don't think? 12 ohms? I mean, what can be like a small coil with 12 ohms? I mean, it's far away from the CPU. Even if it was like chipset, yeah? Still doesn't explain the 12 ohms. Why 12? Okay, so this is weird. This is strange. Let me find a ground. Yeah, that's a good ground. Let's go with the power supply. 0.9 is fine. Low current. And it's taking like 70 milliamps. 60 milliamps. Let me grab the thermal camera because it's still weird. The 12 ohms, it's weird. Can be normal? Can be. But we have to check to be sure. I believe this chip is taking the power. You can see this one. 12 ohms. This is the TPS one, which the customer said is getting hot. Okay, let's plug the charger and try to figure it out here. So plug in the charger. Indeed, that TPS is mad hot. You can see it. This one. And I believe this coil probably is 3.3. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, this is the power supply. What I'm doing? 5 volts actually. You see, it's 5 volts. So this coil has 5 volts. The TPS is mad hot. I mean, I can't even touch it. I mean, clearly, and the CPU is getting warm. Let's try to have a look around this TPS. Okay, so someone replaced the TPS chip, right? I mean, it looks like it has been replaced before. Let's see. So we have like, here is fine. Here is 7 ohms. I mean, 7 ohms. Weird, right? Here we have 19 ohms. Here we have 23 ohms. And here we have like 19 ohms. I mean, this chip looks weird from every possible side, you know. TPS, let me check online, yeah. Okay, so we have a basic schematic of this chip. And you know what is weird? It's weird because it's negotiating the voltage. So even if this is burned, a part of this chip is still good. Now, I'm more interested on this output, yeah? Just to check if we have any short or, you know, because, you know, we can have a shorted output and that's normal to chip to get hot. So let's try and have a look. Okay, so first let's check the LDO. So we have 3.3 LDO. We have 1.8 volts LDO. And that's all right. Yeah. Then we can check the input, the output, and so on. Yeah, let's do it. So LDO 3V3 is pin number 9. We plug the charger. Actually, no, I don't want to plug the charger. I want to come with my power supply. Pin number 9 is here. And it's taking like 1 amp. 1 amp. Yeah. So look, the deal is like that. If we are coming with a power supply and this chip is taking 1 amp, actually it's getting hot, the chip is gone. If something else is taking that 1 amp, that can be only the IO chip and probably is dead. So let's have a look. 1 amp. Yeah, our chip, which is supposed to supply 3.3, actually is taking 1 amp. Yeah. So not only is not supplying the 3.3, but actually it's taking 1 amp. I'm pretty sure it's not supplying the 3.3. Or maybe? Let's check. Let's plug the charger. Let's go with the multimeter. And let's see, pin number 9. We have 1.9 volts, yeah? And this is the voltage which is going to the EC chip, to the IO chip, Super IO chip. So it's safe to say our chip is dead, okay? Now I will try to buy a chip and probably see you on the next video, yeah? Bye. So we're like 3 days later and I got the chip, yeah? Hopefully it will work. I mean, this chip is bought from Mouser, UK. And yeah, they really trust. Actually, the chip is good, yeah? So let's solder the chip and let's see how we can solder this chip. It's a little bit tricky. We have a lot of connectors, a lot of things around. So how you'll do it? Can you use some Kapton tape? Okay, let's remove this chip. Okay, so we remove the chip position. Okay, good. A little bit of flux. Just a little bit. Now the new chip, which is here, is soldered. Yeah, for me it looks okay. What about for you? Let's cool down the chip quickly. Let me grab the USB. So we have the USB cable here. And we have picture. I can't believe. Why is restarting? 1 second. Because we reset the BIOS. $600 milliamps. We don't have a hard drive. Probably that's why. Or battery. Let's connect the battery. Let's see. So with the battery plugged in, it's not charging. It is coming on. You can see the light. Oh, it is coming on. 500 milliamps, which is not a charging current. $700 milliamps. $1.5 amps. Yeah, charging fine. Check that. 1.5, 1.6, around there. You can see 1.5? Yeah. So it's charging fine, but we have no hard drive. Not sure what that means. Can be like a very low battery. I'm afraid we're gonna stop here, yeah. So I did check online. I mean, I took the board out. I did spend probably like over 1 hour on this one. So one white and two amber light. Yeah. I checked online. So check here. Check here. Two amber, one white. CPU failure. So not sure what I can say about this laptop. I mean, I did try a few tricks. I'm gonna try more a new BIOS, but for me this looks like a lost case. I mean, CPU failure. The IEC GPT is responding, is coming on, goes off, things like that. But why the motherboard is saying it's a dead CPU? I mean, it's not the CPU, but CPU failure. Strange, right? Yeah, Dell, and that's all. And after a while, I will get the error code on the LED. And we have the error code again. Two amber, one white. I mean, you know what? This laptop come from a computer shop. And remember, on the beginning, we seen some flags there, like someone replaced this ISL chip. So I believe someone already, failed to fix this board. So I'm the second one. But it is what it is. We cannot fix them all. But this is a lost case. Okay, so probably I'll remove the chip and, I'll try the BIOS. If it's not working, probably I'll give back to the customer, yeah? I will say thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and see you on the next one. Bye.